Come midnight tonight, my usual time where I do these YouTube lives, let's face it, I'll have the kids, we'll be watching a film, and even if I get them to bed, I'll probably be fucking wrecked by the end of it. And then I'll be like, oh, maybe do one tomorrow. Won't do one tomorrow because I'm doing a gig up in Gävle for the GAA teams up there. But it should be good fun. It should be good fun. And wintertime has landed here in Stockholm. It's a cold, boring place to be sometimes, man. I think to myself, all the places in the world I could be. Oh, I mean, you got Brisbane, you have San Diego, Tijuana, Santiago, Cape Town. But there's so many places like Mediterranean places, like Portugal. I think about these places and I'm like, here I am in Stockholm, a place that is ridiculously over regulated by bureaucrats and civil servants that have this weird clerical bookkeeping data driven culture that they've had since the 1600s. Thanks Martin Luther and the Reformation. And I think that whole kind of Protestant work ethic, and coupled with the fact that there was fuck all going on here at the time because it was winter and it was cold, dark, and boring, that they just decided, okay, we will just keep dates on everything. Everyone has to put their information into the system to say where they were born, when they died, what military service they did. Have we got any comments here? No comments yet. Let me just check. Okay, don't know what's going on. I'm sure I'll see them if they come up. There's 4 people watching. They say that if you don't use things on YouTube, like such as your channel, that you're like a book that gathers dust. And I haven't really been too busy here, so there might be a good chance you haven't been made aware of me doing a live stream, which I wasn't even aware I was going to do until about 4 minutes ago. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the time to make a little bit of a video, and I hope you enjoy it. I got 1 thumb up. Thanks for the thumbs up there. Does it make any difference? I don't know, man. I don't know. What have I been up to lately? I have been doing a lot of DIY. It's funny, when you get to your middle age, if indeed 42 is middle age, you start doing things like DIY because you start getting centered around the fact that, well, especially here in Stockholm in the winter, we're going to be spending a considerable amount of time indoors. And if you want to have I've always liked a tidy place, always. I'm not like a clean freak like my ex-girlfriend's parents, who very nice people, but and their house was on the cleanliness level of a museum. And I was like, in the beginning, I was like, wow, this is very impressive. Look at this. This is a lovely place. And then you realize that a place like that doesn't clean itself. And in many ways, I owe it to them for training me up and domesticating me. Even my mother, always, we always had to pull our weight growing up, but the level of cleanliness, I'm talking like using a toothbrush to clean the rails of the shower. And I was like, this is a bit too much. And my friend Josef said there's a saying in Sweden, better a bit of dirt in the corner than a clean hell. And that was the level of cleanliness. But that did stick to me. So I've been putting shelves up and trying to maximize storage space. So in this mission of freeing up storage space, sorting all the stuff out in the shed and getting rid of a lot of old shite that I've collected over the years, I seen an advertisement for a free drum kit. And I was like, great, let's get a free drum kit. And I've realized that I'm in a limited amount of space. And what the hell am I going to do with an acoustic drum set? Yavla, is it? Oh, now I see your comments. World Peas. Rob Brown, Ennis. Say hello to Yavla Bokken, will ya? Oh, there's plenty of Irish lads. I like the way the Irish have just taken over Yavla. And anytime I go up to Yavla, it's brilliant crack. I also have another a corporate event for a company called Jones. that do a lot of data centers. So I'll be having 2 weekends in a row in Gävle. I'm very much looking forward to Gävlebocken Tiden. So that should be good fun. D5462. Well, Martin, how are you getting on? Landorma, good to see you. Are you English or Mayoese? See, look, a lot of people would go, okay, he sounds English, but he looks Irish. And obviously, you know, the Irish connection. But I've spent more time in Sweden than I would have done in the UK. You know, my kids are half Swedish, half Irish. But the thing is, I'm 42 now. I'll be 43 in February. I don't know where the years are going, and time lately just seems to have been going like this. And I was watching Louis because I'm getting back in. I'm feeling very inspired lately, and it's the first time in a long time where I'm like, right, I'm getting back into it in a big way. Obviously, a lot of the reason why I pulled out of the world of TV was because I was sick and tired of doing self-tapes, and you know, there was a lot on with small kids, and you know, pandemic and a divorce, all that shit. Like, there was a hell of a lot of stress and upheaval, and plus living in another country. I mean, like, I live in a place, like, I speak a decent amount of Swedish, but you know, the good thing is about Ireland, the UK, the States, Australia, New Zealand, at least it's all in my own native language. People understand what I'm about. Jeez, I like a bit of light, but that's a bit too much. Look, it's like the opposite of Morticia Adams. But the thing is, like, when you live in a country like Sweden, first of all, they're very, very private people. They don't have the same, right. So they say about Galway. Galway is the graveyard of ambition. I think that Sweden or Stockholm is the graveyard of spontaneity. And the reason for that is, despite the fact they have really good transportation, it's also a very vast city that's built on 14 different islands. So to get from, if you take public transport, it just takes ages for anyone to meet. And by the time, like, then if you go to someone's house, you then have to leave the house, and it'll take you another hour and a half to get back home. And it's not so much when you're riding the transport, it's the waiting in between at bus stops or walking to train stations, and it's just a fucking pain in the arse, really. And if you take the car anywhere, you can't have a pint unless you go drink driving, and I'm not going to do that. It took me long enough to get the license, aside from being dangerous. Let me see what your comments are, beautiful angels. Have you seen Horace and Pete? Horace and Pete? Is that the one about Louis C.K. and Steve Buscemi and Edie Falco? And my mate Andy Wallace, Andito Banderas was telling me about that. And I've forgotten the name of it, Horace and Pete. I will check that out. But yeah, Louis C.K. in the first series of Louis is the same age as me, and he's talking, you know, he mentioned, you know, I'm 42, I'm divorced, I'm like, I'm ginger. I'm like, hey, fucking hell, I can relate to a lot of that. The first time I watched Louis C.K. was probably around 2010 when it came out. And what I find about watching shows when you get older is you can relate a lot more to the content of shows that the characters seemed really old in at the time. And through the eyes of my inner self as a teenager, child, or young man, I would be objectively fairly old now, though I don't feel it. And I'm sure many of you in the same age bracket probably feel the same way as well. I was watching the Armando Iannucci shows recently. Oh, hello there. Just doing a YouTube live.
Oh, you are? Hello.
I just thought I'd do an impromptu live.
Why not?
Exactly. But there's another thing. Was it 42? That guy was in the Armando Iannucci show, where he goes to like a retirement home for middle-aged people, and the nurse is saying, "You will now never contribute anything relevant to society. Your best days are behind you," and all this kind of stuff. I was like, "Fucking hell, that's depressing." Is that a Supra or, oh, look at this, BMW 8 Series job, followed by a V40 Classic. That's nice. You don't get many like that.
He's picking his nose too.
He was picking his nose. He's finding some gold.
Care.
That's well kept. That is. That's one elderly female driver.
It was.
If you could pick up that V40 from her, it would be so tender to drive. I might put in an offer. That 8 Series BMW, I think they're an 8 Series. They're very rare. So let's see what the comments. Landomer says, "This light brings out the blue in your eyes. You don't often see it in a dark room. Nice color. Thanks very much. Celtic job." A lad Landomer. Will Pease, for those that don't know about Yevla Goat, look it up, a Wikipedia page about how it keeps getting vandalized. It's fucking funny.
I know that.
Have you heard
Yeah,
about
so
this?
every Christmas they put out. God, I look crazy. They put up a goat. Is it? Yeah, bock we call it. But
Bocken.
bocken, Gävle bocken in Gävle. So every Christmas they put that up. But it always gets like burnt or something. It's like tradition to
Are they
mess it up.
Satanists?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think they're just probably teenagers or something.
Teenage dreams.
Yeah.
What do you think about doing stand-up in Stockholm?
Boring enough. I prefer doing it in Ireland.
What do you think of Ireland?
I love Ireland very much.
What do you love most about Ireland?
I love the laughter and the crack, and everyone's so nice. And I love your Guinness, because here in Sweden the Guinness don't taste the same.
Well, I was in a bar recently and I think they put Heineken gas into the Guinness.
What's
They're
that?
drinking fizzy gravy.
Oh yeah, you said it was fizzy. Yeah.
Wasn't good.
Oh,
Wasn't good at all.
that's good.
LG3557, how you doing? Good to see you. Morning, boss. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Oh, as well as to be expected. I have to go back to the anxiety shed, as we call it,
Oh yeah.
and just clear that out and maybe put the drum kit, get some space, put the drum kit there.
At least part of the drum kit.
Well, yeah, I guess I could just. It'd be a bit like, okay, I have a drum kit now, and I've wanted to play drums for years, and it would be great just to learn a new skill set. Another skill set that I have, that unless you're in some sort of world famous touring band, is probably going to be a waste of time. But I so cynical. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what's the point?
What's the point
Like,
of everything? You need more sun on your face, I think.
I do,
It
man.
makes me feel really alive.
New Paradigm 9281 says, "Keep that hardy spirit alive, boys." Oh, damn right. And I will play drums. Rob Brown 9171. Yeah, that's the one. It's good. Yeah, the Horace and Pete. That's the one I was telling you about with Steve Buscemi and Louis C.K. with Edie Falco, Horace and Pete.
What was it called?
Horace and Pete, where they have a bar.
Oh yeah.
But have you been enjoying watching the comedy or research we've been doing lately?
Yes, yesterday we watched Louis C.K. I've never watched it before.
And what did you think of that?
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, you did. I heard you laughing.
I was laughing. Then sometimes I was like, okay, they're talking a bit boring, but I don't know. It was funny. All in all, it was good. But we're on in the first season, so usually you're not the.
We went back to watching The Wire as well. We haven't watched much.
I haven't missed it at all, actually. The only show I miss watching is Sopranos. Yeah.
What's next?
He gets the fucker for $1 million.
I'll crack him. I'll tax him good. New Paradigm. Will you go to America to make the World Cup? Well, I'd like to. That's if. I mean, I missed the game the other day. It was my mate, fucking Rudders. Hey, he told me that they'd won, and I was like, I didn't even fucking know they played, and so I managed to. I wanted to watch the Portugal game, but we were coming back from doing stand up, and we just wanted to kind of go home, and I couldn't watch it because I don't have a VPN on my phone. And then I seen the other one, so that was great. I thought we were out of it. Sweden have been doing shit. However,
embarrassingly bad.
Yes. Oh look, there's Gary's glue. Sticks for you. So the Sweden can make it because of the Nations Cup.
They can.
Yeah, because they yeah, the what is the League of Nations or whatever that fucking thing is. Heard Shedigali was spotted around Stockholm, man. Rory, good mate. How are you? Well, Peas, I'm comforted by the fact I've never contributed anything anyway. Now lost there. Well, how do you know? How do you know? Rob Brown 9171. Teenage dream so hard to beat or bleat. The Guinness is too cold. It should be cellar temperature, not refrigerated, says Rory. What do you think about that?
I agree, Rory, because I'm quite an expert now that I've been to Ireland 3 times.
Yeah.
So I know everything there is to know.
See, that's the nice thing about Ireland. It's like, as we were discussing, we live in a nice area, But the only thing is, buses stop running at 9, and the nearest pub to us is a pizzeria. It's the usual Swedish
and
way.
the crowd is questionable.
Yeah, the crowd.
Questionable.
Yeah, so basically, it's some nice alcoholics that every time you meet them, they've forgotten that you've met them before.
We had the deepest conversations with them, and then next time you go there, they're like, "Yes, hello." I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and
No.
you're drinking Swedish beer that just gives you a hangover after like 3 pints. I've realised after being back in Ireland, it's a much friendlier and easier place to start a business. Now, there's fuck all benefit to being self-employed in Ireland because you don't really get there's no safety net really for that. But here in Sweden, you have to pay employment tax, which is 30% on top of your employee that they don't get to see. You need to pay VAT for things. It's just so fucking taxed. Like I was saying earlier on, the big government, it's like Systembolaget, which is the government run off license. You have to go to this place, and the only time you can buy anything stronger than 3.5%, which is in the supermarkets and shops, is when you go to Systembolaget, which translates to system company. That's where it's a government run off license that's closed on a Sunday, closed at 3 on a Saturday, and there's only 2 of them open till 8 in the city of Stockholm.
It's only 2 of them.
2 of them, yeah.
It's the same in Umeå, where I'm from, and it's a small town.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? So what happens is,
different angles.
Different angle, Kurt angle. But what happens is, people go and the government runs it, so there's no competitors. So the government get all the money, and then by being able to do that, they know that people will buy more because they have to bulk buy. It's not like, pick up a bottle of wine there from the shop. We're gonna have some dinner. We have some guests over. You can't do that. It's like, oh fuck, we'll have to buy a whole load of it so we're not stuck without it. So
and then you look like a pisshead then when you go into the shop.
Well, you feel like a pisshead because you're like you go on a Monday because you're like, all right, I'm passing on a Monday because I'm doing some shopping. Let's get a few beers and some wine. But then you feel like a pisshead because you're going in on a Monday. Whereas if you're doing your shopping, you get that with your shopping. It's just so many fucking stupid things.
Ridiculous.
Like engineering, great place for engineering and IT solutions and musicians, yeah, and arts and creativity. The city itself is a very beautiful city, and things are efficient and they work, but it's just it really lacks spontaneity and interpersonal
but don't you think
culture.
it's more spontaneity in the summer though?
Yeah, but that's because it's a lot warmer.
Everyone's happy then.
Yeah, well,
everyone's depressed from November to.
Yeah, I mean, what time is it now? The sun is going to be going down about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yay.
So like,
at least we have sun today. Usually it's just grey.
Yeah, it snowed here as well last night.
Yeah, that's nice. Now it's a bit
brightens
lighter,
the place up. Yeah. But when you think about it, like nobody wants to go out because it's dark and it's cold. So yeah, we'll see what the story is. So we've been invited to the Viagra Boys gig on Wednesday from the lead singer Sebastian. So that was very kind of him. So that'll be something fun to do on Wednesday. And maybe if I get pally with him, he might have some good contacts, or maybe he might, because like I was saying earlier on, I want to be around people who inspire me and people who go, yes, let's get this done. And there's no arsing about, like there's I have so many ideas and so many projects and that I would love to see just for the fun of doing it, and it's very difficult to get people to meet here in Stockholm. Would you agree?
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah. So we do comedy as well. The two of us do stand-up comedy over here. And it seems that the approach to stand-up comedy here in Stockholm it's on the same level as spoken word, which isn't exactly the most fun medium of art. I'm not shitting on it, but it's treated with the same level unless you've got like an agent. And what is general? What's the cadence of a Swedish male comedian sound like? Can you give?
How they sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went there, and then there was this girl, and then a gay guy. I went shopping. Well, I forgot my wallet.
Oh yeah, there's that sort. But what about the other really fast talking
Oh
stuff?
yeah, oh yeah. And like, but they're very like aggressive too with it, or like very passionate. Yeah, and then I went and I was like, bah!
Yeah, is it
Okay,
so your mainstream Swedish comics, they speak really fast, it is. And because it's so fast, it's like, wow, we've really done our homework and we've really worked hard on our set. And because we speak so fast, it's like really funny because it's fast. And my wife's like, what? And that's it. It's like, where's the fucking pathos? Do you know what I mean? Where's the struggle? The day-to-day grind. And like that's what I really liked about watching the Louis show is his stand-up. He manages to make existential, depressing themes funny, and you never get that kind of thing here. But I don't know. I'm fucking sick of this place.
Same here.
Honestly,
And that's
man.
what I miss about, or what I love about Ireland and miss about Sweden is in Ireland you have this sense of community.
Yeah.
You don't have that here.
No, you don't. Everything's atomized.
Like my uncle and first cousin live in this town, and last time I seen my cousin was in his wedding last May. It's like,
Other than the
that's
invite, you
but
wouldn't
that's the culture of that's Swedish culture though. We don't
so
hang
weird,
out with
man.
each other.
Like at least when you're back in Mayo, people just call in for tea and
Yeah, that's
you know,
so
like
nice. And that's the same in like my family in the States and in the Caribbean too. It's just, yeah.
she's got Caribbean ancestry and relatives in Trinidad and Barbados, and I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't mind going to Trinidad and Barbados. That would be a nice
It'd be
touch
amazing.
to-
Go there in February.
to
when
burn
it's-
my ginger skin
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Caribbean.
I even got burnt there. First time I ever got seriously, not seriously, but I was like, ow, that hurts. That was in Trinidad. And I even had like 50
Really?
extra, yeah.
In the words of Soft Rocker's Simple Plan, welcome to my life, baby.
And now I'm...
So let's check. I hate tax, said Red Armchair Supporter. Like, it's fucking shit. First of all, where's it going? We don't know where it's going. It's going into the coffers of spoff monocles in the arts that keep it to themselves. It's going towards lavish dinner parties and diplomats and grants and schemes that actually don't benefit any of us.
Does it go
Some
to
of it
King
go.
and Queen too?
Oh, well, in England it does, yeah.
Does it go there in Sweden too? Maybe.
Probably they get a touch out of it. But when you think about it, like tax, you know, like here in Sweden now, I've got to pay 5% of our income goes to NATO.
It's fucked
Great.
up. Something we didn't even vote on. No one wanted it.
No, and there's a few dense fuckers over here who are like, I love it. Yes. Oh, Russia. Oh, they're coming. They've been so propagandized. Look, I don't trust them either. But the thing is, I'm not even going to open that can of. You know I'm not even going to bring down the mirth levels of this. But it's just you go into the shops and the front pages of the Aftonbladet, new threat against Russia. Putin's not happy. Oh, I just like, no one's asked, mate. I wish they'd fucking come and liberate us from these tax-grabbing bastards. Do you know, when you think about it, right? Think about it like this. Sweden, I think, is about 35% tax. That means you're spending about 3.5 months working for the government. 3.5 years or 3.5 months of the year you're spending on tax. It's fucking unbelievable. Your taste. They'll tax our bowel movements next.
Yeah.
I hate paying Rory. I hate paying tax so much. How are you fucking Martin? Hey, Basta Sprinkler. Word. Shinra 18. Value engineering in the musician sector. Mark Mulholland. Gavigan is just like, here, Lord. I'll be getting the call from, here, Lord Mulholland. Mulholland is a good lord. I love you, Lord. It'd be nice to see. Mark lives over in Singapore now. He's just over there hanging around with a load of merchant bankers and Singaporean folk. Whatever you do, don't throw chewing gum on the ground there, man, or they'll kill you to death. Boredom. Yeah, the whole tax thing though. I do think it's like I brought the tax thing up on stage in a comedy bit, and people's faces were like, "Oh, what are you saying about tax?" I'm like, if you don't know where it's going, then how can you be so comfortable about giving it away? That's your time you have spent doing that. And I tell you one thing, I don't get fuck all here, right? Yeah, good roads, but we're paying tax, motor tax for that. I'm not going to go into it, but it's just there's a lot of I think we are all being juiced, like everything nowadays. Adobe, Apple, storage, iTunes or Spotify, your subscriptions. Have you noticed everything is now subscription based? That's your nut. It's there are tools, AI tools, if you wanted to make like if you wanted to use, like Opus Clip or one thing I need to say, you're all on YouTube. We're on YouTube, and I assume that lovely viewers of this channel, when you open YouTube, there's a little section there on your phone that has YouTube Shorts, and it's that stupid voice. This chef is a genius. Look at what he does with these eggs. That voice, oh Christ. And there's another voice that sounds like this. I make it my business to comment on it's like, David from Alien Covenant, did he create the xenomorph? I don't care. And then there's people talking about it's just on the toilet earlier on, looking through comments of this Alien Covenant, and like Michael Fassbender's character David in the Ridley Scott prequels to Alien, saying, did David invent the xenomorph in its current state? And then people are arguing, and I just wrote, you're all arguing over something that came out of work of fiction, that came out of someone's head, and talking about it like it's real life. Like I love the Aliens films, the original ones, but I'm not going to dedicate that much of my life to discuss the history of a fictional character. It's like the Predator, the Yautja are the best in the world, and then they're so, imagine seeing one of them. Like, mate, what are you doing with your lives? Like, I've got to empty a fucking shed and sort out the drum kit and tidy up so I can then create a workspace where I too can make works of fiction that people can argue about in the comment section.
That would be fun.
It would, baby.
I'm listening. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
So we got to get back. I've been fasting for about 15 hours now, maybe more.
I'll have to make this girl a Thai green curry.
Oh, stop it!
30% Christ, says Well Peas. Okay, Gavigan's a slag, right? So look, I'm gonna. I love the slag, Gavigan.
Love Gavigan.
Sweet Gavigan.
I love Mark too.
Yeah.
They're cool guys.
Well, look, maybe I can do one later on. If not, because I
expect... You can do one while you clean out the shed.
Yeah, that'd be great. Look at the remnants of previous lives. Oh God! Right, look, have a great day, and if I get a chance later on tonight, I will. Can't promise anything, but I'll keep it short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you're watching later on, give an old comment and a like, and I'll talk to you soon. But great to be back here chatting to you again, and that was my ranting and raving, and keep it positive. Bye.
Bye.
Up the Maloneys.